Good afternoon, everybody. It's Brexit Brian. Welcome to a very sunny Whitehall, where the crowd is starting to grow so much bigger. I'm feeling quite pleased with myself because I managed earlier to get myself some pretty good footage. I got right up close to the Conservative leader.
Yes, farmers. Yes, food.
Hello there. You good? Might as well. Yeah.
Give me the other one. Yes, farmers. Yes.
You know who was here, don't you?
Tell us.
The Conservative Party leader.
Oh, really?
You know that black lady?
She's the leader?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Didn't you know that?
Missed her. No, I'm
Yeah, you've literally
I
missed.
know.
You missed her by 5 minutes.
Okay. That's a shame. What did she have to say? Did she speak to the people?
She didn't speak to the crowd, no.
Oh, okay. Well, that's...
She went in and spoke on a personal level, but she didn't make any speeches.
Oh, okay. Well, that's... So where are the organisers?
They're at the front by that harvester there.
Oh, I see. Yes, except we heard that they weren't allowed to bring their tractors.
They're not. Okay, everybody, so I had what I consider to be quite a touch. I had the Conservative leader respond to me. When I said good afternoon to her, she said good afternoon to me. I got her up close for at least a good minute. I was literally right next to her. I will post that footage later. Hello, Nick. I'm on a high at the moment.
You're high?
I'm on a high.
What have you been taking? I'll have some.
Well, I managed to see where you're standing to me.
Yeah.
I managed to get that close to the Conservative Party leader.
Where are you? And you did.
Well, she's just gone.
Oh, shouldn't speak then.
Kenny Bacon was up here, was she?
Yeah.
Oh, I never saw her.
Yeah, I'm glad you
I
told
saw
me because I don't know her name. I've forgotten her name already. Yeah.
Kenny Bacon.
Yeah. And she responded to me. I said, good afternoon, and good afternoon.
Really?
Yeah, so I've got that on film, so I'm feeling quite happy with myself.
Good for you.
Yeah, you know.
You mean you'd rather her than us, say?
No, of course not. But, of course not. I think you must know my politics, mate. But, it was still a good no. Nigel's not here.
Nigel's not here.
Yeah. Yeah, they're going to be doing a little walk around, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Not me.
Yeah, but you know who is here,
Oh,
don't you?
there is Nigel.
Who's
There he is.
Nigel?
No, in the middle.
Where's Nigel?
There.
Oh,
See,
yeah.
Are you talking about Nigel Farage?
That's the one.
Where?
Just down there. Just walk down the green jacket.
I won't be a sec. Everybody, I'm trying to catch up to Nigel Farage. There he is behind us there. Once they recognise him, there's going to be a big scrum. Hello. Well done, Nigel. Hello. Can I shake your hand, sir?
Hello, you all right?
Go on, Reform.
Don't forget to vote for him.
Who? Him. I will be voting for them.
Hello, you all right?
Actually, not into the sun. Spin round a bit.
Oh, come on. Oh, wait, yeah,
Guys, if we see this way.
sorry, love. Oh, it's me again.
Sorry.
Yeah, good.
very tight security as per usual.
They say 2 minutes and they are coming down.
I think that's what I called it.
Mind your back!
Oh, be careful, everyone. They are gonna leave the car.
They're not gonna get in our way, are they?
That's no problem at all, Susan. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to share. I'm standing right in front of Nigel Farage right now.
I can't imagine. No? I think it's months ago. For 2 months. Not the babe though, but el de tabaco.
We are ready and present.
Hello, Nigel.
Who's there, St. Nigel? Nigel. Not listening, is he?
They say like 1 minute or so.
Yeah, we're on the break. I know,
I'm going to try and get that side, brother.
Cheers, mate.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm not pushing.
Which was nice. Ed Morello.
I'm not pushing.
I know, well, no, you're not.
They work together. Like,
No, you're not.
we did it at the same time. We are on the break. We'll let you know. Are you done?
Good, how are you?
Does he? Does he always have this amount of security around him?
It's perfect for me, to be honest. I'd rather this weather than the last time. You remember the last time was
Actually, yeah. In the sort of 5th hour. And then went up that thing, whatever it was.
British weather.
Rain day.
Here's Corbyn's out and about. If you want to get a good shot, it'd be easier for them, mate. Just for not in our way, pal. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm not getting in your way.
Your phone's in my face. I'm asking you politely.
Yeah, but I'm not filming you, I'm filming him.
Listen, I know you're not. I'm not saying that.
Yeah, well, what are you getting excited about?
Yeah.
Talking to you.
Yeah, I'm ready now.
Donald Trump right to have a go at Zelensky.
Del Jones. Dancing rubbish. Del Jones.
I laugh at it.
It's understandable, but Nigel has a lot of security here. I assume he needs it. I tried to get a bit closer, but I was getting a little bit too close to one of the security guards, and he weren't happy about that. I think I was practically leaning on his shoulder.
Okay, for now. 3 seconds.
So, today I've managed to get the Conservative Party leader. I got her up really close for a good minute, and now here's Nigel.
Are you by the pen?
There's a march going on here now.
Rub shoulders with royalty.
Well,
we're by the station.
not. I wouldn't go that far.
Transit Day farmer rally behind us. We can see the farmers descending. They're heading down to Trafalgar Square before they start feeding MPs with pancakes apparently. But I'm delighted to be joined by the leader of the Reform Party and MP for Clacton. Thank you very much indeed, Nigel. It's a big day for the farmer community. Why are you here?
I like pancakes, but that's not the real reason. No, look, I mean, I actually think the whole of the rural economy, the whole of the rural way of life is directly undertaken from a Labour government with a massive majority and a hugely urban mindset. It isn't just farming that's under attack with various tax changes. We're even seeing threats to ban trail hunting. I mean, it's almost unbelievable to ban people from riding horses. Even simple things like shotgun renewals now double the cost over the course of the last few months, and just a feeling that the sort of 15% of people that live and work within the rural economy are being completely ignored by Westminster. That's really one of the hottest.
So this is about more than the inheritance tax, more than the family farm tax. What is Reform's policy? I mean, you're leading in the polls at the moment. What is Reform's policy in a nutshell for farmers?
Well, I mean, inheritance tax, let's just take that for a moment. I mean, inheritance tax is double taxation. People have paid tax on this already. Why on earth, when they die, should they be taxed again? We would get rid of inheritance tax. It's a really nasty tax. And it hits people at the most unpleasant part of their lives. They just lost their parents and suddenly the tax man's after. So we would get rid of inheritance tax. I've said that very, very clearly. In terms of farming itself, we haven't really quite readjusted from the fact we've left the European Union. We are now in charge of our own agricultural policy. One of the Conservatives, it was build back beaver. See, the Conservatives want to reintroduce beavers and wolves and haven't really thought at all about food production. So food production has to be on top of the list, hence that's why it's happening, why they're here. The other thing I would say is I just don't want to see our farmland covered in ghastly solar farms, all produced in China, with battery storage systems, many of which are now totally unsafe. So let's farm our land, let's do it to produce food. That's got to be the primary goal.
I mean, as you all know, the Climate Change Committee had quite a lot to say the other day. They're saying that we should essentially halve the number of sheep and cattle in this country, and also we should all cut down on 2 kebabs worth of meat per week. Are you willing to do your bit?
Eat more meat. Eat more British-produced meat.
Yay!
Climate Change Committee. God help us.
They've got a lot of power, Nigel.
Do they actually know what's
pleasure,
going
Laura.
on in India and China and Indonesia? The world is going to burn 8 billion tonnes of coal this year. I don't think eating good lamb, good beef, good pork, I can't see any harm in it at all. So I'm going to ignore them completely. They are hopelessly out of touch. They literally want to stop us eating meat, stop us flying on holidays, stop us living their lives. Do you know what? They can go to hell.
Okay, well, I've got to ask you about what's been going
mate,
on
don't
in
lean on me.
Ukraine and our relationship with the United States and all of that. Keir Starmer saying we as a country are now on a war footing. We need to up our defence spending. We're having 1.6 billion in the way of a missile deal for Ukraine. Does that go far enough now the US has frozen military aid to Ukraine?
We'll just get a sort of sense of perspective on this. The entire size of the British Army, including logistics, is 70,000. It's the smallest British army there's been for a very, very long time. Unless we work with the Americans, militarily we're going to be in a very difficult position. The coalition of the willing without America, Starmer will look around and find that no one's there. So there needs to be a rapprochement between Zelensky and Trump. And interestingly, I think what Starmer showed at the weekend was, with Brexit, we're free to act on our own. And I really want to see Keir Starmer do everything he can to use his newly elevated position on the world stage to bring those two together. We have to have the beginnings of a deal.
Okay, and I'm sure you've seen J.D. Vance's comments, the Vice President of the United States, seeming to suggest that we're just a random country that hasn't fought a war in 30, 40 years. Surely that is a massive insult to those who lost their lives in Afghanistan and Iraq.
J.D. Vance is wrong. Wrong. For 20 years in Afghanistan, pro rata, our size against America's, we spent the same amount of money, we put the same number of men and women in, and we suffered the same losses. We stood by America all through those 20 years, putting in exactly the same contribution. And all right, they may be 6 times bigger, but we did our bit. So on this one, JD is wrong.
And how much, just in terms of defence spending, how far would you go if you were in government?
Well,
we're talking about 3% sort of down the line next Parliament. Is that enough if we're going to apparently have to do the heavy lifting?
Well, you know, if you look at the reform contract with the people last year, Starmer's now copied that, I'm pleased to say. But I think the real truth is the world is such a dangerous place. We're going to have to go further and faster.
Oh my
And how
God.
does it make you feel when Keir Starmer stands up in Parliament and says that you're fawning over Putin?
I'm sure he'll say hello though.
You know, Putin visited this country in 2012 and went into Downing Street. A few years before that, the Labour government gave him a state visit with a white tie banquet at Buckingham Palace. You know, we have been totally opposed to what Putin has done from the very start. The only difference between me and the other party leaders over the last few years is they've been pro-war and I've been more realistic than being pro-peace.
Okay, and just on the issue of the state visit, I mean, have you been surprised at how many people have said we shouldn't roll out the red carpet for Donald Trump following his comments about Zelensky and the spectacle that was Friday night?
The British political class have never liked Donald Trump from day one. They never will like Donald Trump. And I get it. You know, his style is not everybody's cup of tea. But be in no doubt, and it was interesting that Starmer made this point yesterday in the House of Commons, to the silence of the Labour backbenchers, the most crucial relationship we have in the world, particularly at a dangerous time, is our relationship with America. It doesn't mean we'll always agree on everything, but it is absolutely fundamental. And right now, without America, we as a country are literally defenceless. And I want everyone to recognise that.
And just one more, just a minerals deal, will that be enough to secure peace on its own?
Well, I asked that question yesterday in the House of Commons. Let's see. I don't know what the scale and scope of this minerals deal is going to be. I would suggest that if many, many thousands of Americans and many tens of billions of American dollars were involved with mineral extraction in Ukraine, with, by the way, Ukraine getting a big cut of the profits too, difficult to see Putin invading if thousands of Americans are in the way. Is it enough? I don't know. But is it the beginning of a proper negotiation? Yes, and I do think that Zelensky does need to sign this. I really do. And I get it. For him, it's very, very hard. It's very hard as president of the country to start a process that means you give away some of what was your territory a few years ago. I understand psychologically why this is very tough for Zelensky, but it has to be done.
And you're giving Starmer a lot of support. Would you support British troops on the ground in the event of a peace deal, as Starmer
I'm
says?
very, very, very nervous about it. It doesn't mean there are no circumstances in which I wouldn't, but I'm very nervous about it. What I want to see is the minerals deal signed, and let's move on from there.
Okay, and very lastly, a fun one. What is your favourite topping on your pancake today?
Oh, see, I'm very, very old-fashioned. I like lashings of brown sugar and lemon.
Yay!
Chocolate, I think, probably Nutella. But thank you very much indeed, Nigel Farage, leader of the Reform Party, and MP for Clacton. So there you go, that's what Nigel has to say about all sorts of things, not least our defence, but of course about the farming community too. Back to you, Tom.
Yes, we say yes farmers, yes food, break the climate con. And Nigel, why didn't your team oppose the Climate and Nature Bill when it was debated in Parliament? Because that is...
Okay, everybody, so that was Nigel Farage being interviewed by GB News. Piers Corbyn has turned up now, and
yes, farmers.
Nigel's security are getting a little bit.
Nigel, you want to speak?
Nigel, do you want to talk to me? Nigel, will you talk to me?
Say again, Nick.
There's Howard Cox there. He stood for the mayoral election for reform.
The Climate and Nature Bill, which is a key way in which the government is going to adopt hideous measures to impose all the green agenda.
Okay, just to recap, it's Brexit Brian. I'm at the farmers' demonstration. There's about 2,000 people. They're all in the distance. They've all gone off to march. I spoke to the Conservative Party leader earlier. I got right up close to her. She responded to me when I said good afternoon. So I'm looking forward to that footage later.
Yes, where were you for the Climate and Nature Bill, Nigel? Yes, farmers, yes, food, break the climate con. Yes, farmers, yes, food, break the climate con. Bill Gates says no farmers, no food.
Please don't forget to share. Please share to your groups, share to your friends.
Bill Gates.
Do you think
I don't want that big wood for me to pick up.
I will be 8 mate.
About farming.
Hello, mate. You good? Well done. You made it.
Do you know what? One of the reasons I've supported all of these, one of the reasons I've supported is sometimes you get a campaign.
People hear what's being said here. Thanks for sharing, Bright.
If I wasn't here, wouldn't it really? I'm not even all back. In fact, I've been cutting into out since the mid-1990s. Out. My business
He's got very tight security. There's about 6 of them. And they're very pushy. I've managed to get up close.
Yeah, they said you're being a nuisance.
Me?
Speak forward a bit more, please.
Apparently I'm being a nuisance. I'm not sure how that's possible. Is that what they're saying? What, you can overhear the security, yeah?
Yeah, well, they don't want us in front of him, so.
Did you manage to get the Conservative Party leader?
No.
She turned up.
She get a rough time or what?
No. Most people didn't recognise her. Okay, so we've caught up to the main march now. I'm going to leave Nigel and his security team.
Top man. Keep doing what you're doing, mate.
Keep further up, keep them in.
The crowd is swollen.
Chaps, can I ask you please, even the press, can you keep yourself to one side of the carriageway, please? Keep the other side of the carriageway free. To your right, please. In the one carriageway. Thank you. Move over for me, please, sir. That's the carriageway, defined by a white line. If you would be so kind as to keep over for me, please.
Yeah, I definitely, yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, that's straightforward enough.
Brilliant. That's brilliant. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't want to get in front of the camera, that's all. I'll get more right than you. Not good. The cars are off, or they got it. You ain't not that you can't get more right than us.
Mr. Farage! I just want to know I'm not
Farage is off with all his security. I must say, his security have been quite pushy this morning. Best of luck, sir.
Can I ask you to get to one side of the carriageway,
Yeah,
please?
yeah, we were just
I know.
chasing after Mr. Farage.
I know, but I still got to think of your safety. If you can just get to one side of the carriageway for me, be obliged.
Okay, so there he is. He's off now with 6 of his minders. He probably needs them. I don't know.
We love Nigel.
Hey. So now we've got a slow march. There's actually quite a lot of people here now. Isn't it brilliant, eh? But you contrast this march to the pro-Palestinian marches. There's such a contrast, such a difference.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Brexit Brian loves you. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to share. So I estimate the crowd to be anything up to 3,000-4,000. Well, how many would you reckon?
Maybe 10-15,000 maybe.
Our gentleman there says,
If you think of a football stadium,
yeah,
you wouldn't get all that lot in.
yeah, I'll go with that, sir. I'll go with that. Gentleman here reckons 10 to 15,000. So I'll go with that. I'm always very conservative when it comes to figures. Basically, that means I don't have a clue. 10 to 15,000 has been quoted. And all of these people have given up their labour for the day to come here, and their wages.
Nobody cares, it seems. That's the problem.
No. Do you mean, when you say nobody cares, do you mean in general with the public, or?
No, I mean the hierarchy.
Well, we've had. I'm filming live here, by the way.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I hope you don't mind.
No, carry on.
Okay, so could you elaborate on that very slightly? What will you say? The establishment don't care.
Well, they don't care because any of these demonstrations, they're never shown on mainstream television. Keir Starmer never ever mentions anything about anything. And going back to immigration, farmers, old age pensioners that are getting it in the neck. You know, he just doesn't care about anyone. And before he got in, I said to everyone, he wants to be a world leader, and that's his aim, to be known around the world and England.
Yeah, just to let you know, the Conservative Party leader was here.
Right.
I've seen her. I've got right up close to her, like I am close to you.
Is Farage here?
And oh yeah, he's here.
Where is he?
Well, he just scurried off with about 8 bodyguards.
Probably gone off to the pub.
Probably.
What about Rupert Lowe? I mean, he's a great man.
Yeah, he's a good man.
I didn't see him,
Right.
but I know there was there was plenty of Conservatives, and there was at least a couple of Liberals.
Yeah.
But the Farmers Union are here big time.
Good. Well,
All right.
Starmer, unfortunately, is North London Metropolitan
So
legal
I'm going to follow
Yeah.
my friend.
Lawyer.
You're not a Starmer supporter then?
Not much.
No. Thank you very much, sir. Yeah. You all right there, darling?
Yeah, there we go.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay, Brexit Brian loves you. I'm going to call it a day now. There's only so much you can film. I'm quite happy with what I've got. I'm glad that gentleman made his assessment about the size of the crowd, because there's me saying 300. Well, he reckons between 10 and 15,000. So that's all right, isn't it? Brexit Brian loves you. Thank you for watching. Bye now.